Hey, what's up guys, Random Porpoise here, and today it's episode 4, I think, of the Planet Coaster series I'm doing, so that is cool. I'm recording this right after episode 3, so that's cool, because it's the same coaster, and I already have all the footage, and I was like, wait, this is too much for one episode, let's split it into two. I'm still not even done. Here we're starting off right away with the redo of the theming and station so far that I was talking about last episode. I ended up changing it because I just couldn't get the steampunk theme to work how I wanted it to. So I decided to go a little more generic. Well, I'm probably going to theme it a lot, like, during the ride. But I wanted a bit more, I guess, simple, with, like, more of, like, I guess, World War I fighter jets kind of sort of thing. So, like, Stunt Pilot at Silverwood, I was really inspired by that for this theme. And as I talked about, the whole coaster as a whole is oddly similar to Stunt Pilot. Now I think about it with theming, some of the elements and like profiling, and that is a very loud cicada or cricket or whatever there. The bugs that go bzzz, that's like everybody. That was the stupidest thing I've ever said. But yeah, this plane that I spent ages building, I didn't want to delete it, so I tried changing colors, and I actually think it works really nicely. But yeah, I also do a little bit more smoothing, and this is where I download the mods I was talking about last episode that makes the coasters more smooth and stuff. So yeah, I don't know when I'll release this. I'll either release it right after the other one, or like maybe I'll set it to release a day later. I don't know. I'll probably just release them back to back so I don't forget or anything. Either way, it's like I don't want to keep you guys waiting because I already have it done, you know? And who gives a fuck about upload schedules? Consistent uploading, I go 3 a day and then none for 4 months. What was I trying to say? Alright, yeah, but this station I decided I wanted to make it look like a plane hangar. Like, as soon as I started doing the retheme, I knew, like, okay, I want it to look like this, which it's definitely good to kind of have a better knowing what you want to do, because the other station I wasn't really 100% sure of what I wanted it to look like. So here I start off with, like, a square with, like, the white and the red things, and I eventually add a little roof that's more pitched to make it more like a real-life airplane hangar. And I think it looks really nice. And, I'm just standing here. I like watching the coaster a lot, like, when I'm building. So yeah. Alright, finally, some fencing. These fences are literally, you can do, like, anything with these, chain link fences from the Studios pack. Like, I literally got the Studios pack just because I wanted these fences, and it is so worth the $10. Or however, I think it's like $10 for that pack. I mean, there's other stuff, obviously, there's some cool cameras, and, like, more like, cool, like, scenery pieces. Like, there's a lot of cars, I think. But damn, the fences. Whew. I love these fences. Because they can work, not only are they really good for, like, queue fencing, like, if you want to do custom fences, I think they work really well for that. They also work if you want to, like, make an area, like, oh, guess you can't go here. Like, it's really accurate to what it would be in real life. They would just have a chain link fence set up. And I think these are a bit neater. They're also, like, not as messy as some real-life chain fences, so you can use them for, like, everything. And then you can also use it as kind of like a guard. Like, in real life, a lot of times when a path goes under the track for a roller coaster, there's some kind of cover over it to prevent, like, if someone's phone falls out of their pocket, it won't hit the person waiting in line for the roller coaster, you know? So a lot of times you'll see, like, fences or netting above the queue or, like, under the track. And these can work well for that. And so, like, here, in the Priority Pass queue, I set up a little roof using them. I think I'm about to start that, like, right now. Right in, like, the next 20 seconds, probably. Did my screen just freeze? Or nope, that's just me in previous me just stopping. Alright, I guess not yet. But I make, like, a little cover, some covers, using them, like, over the queue. I think so it's kind of like a little chain link tunnel where it goes under the track. Ah, here we go, I think. Yeah, that is what it is, so it works really well for, like, a lot of stuff. And there's probably more stuff you can do. Like, I made cubby little, like, bins for the ride platform side. There's just a lot of stuff you can do. So yeah. I think the layout is pretty much done by now. Like, in my time. Not, like, by this point in the time-lapse. But yeah. Alright, station. Pioneer. Bird coaster. I used it because the track is the second most similar to vekoma, modern vekomas in real life, but I chose this one because A, I forgot the Interceptor and Jixer. I forgot I had them and that they existed. They're so forgettable. And B, Honestly, I just like the look of this track better. So yeah, it's not too realistic, but like it's still pretty realistic. And I like it. But anyway, since it's a bird coaster, the station's really wide, so I kind of did like my own little custom station thing to cover up the gaps in between the platform and the track where the little birds would usually go. Because if you've seen the Pioneer model in game, which is what this is, it's an S&S like bird coaster where there's two little cars on the side and the little carriages like swing. And so it's a pretty cool concept. There's only one in real life. It's somewhere in Europe. I don't know. There's a lot of weird coasters in Europe. But I think that the track just looks super cool and it's really versatile, especially like for modern vekomas. I think it's better. I think even if the Interceptor, which is the vekoma motorbike coaster, is more accurate track, I just there's something about it that just I don't really like how it looks, you know. I don't know. It just kind of reminds me of old vekoma. Well, like old vekomas, like motorbike and suspended coasters, where they didn't use the like arrow styled track. I don't know. But yeah, the station here, I'm kind of just adding some like details with these support pieces to kind of make it more than just a bland white cube. And I think I did a good job. It's really simple, but I felt like it came together really well. Like kind of like adding like some supports here for like the airplane hangar thing, like their roof, because a lot of airplane hangars, they have like more pitched roofs. So I wanted to kind of make it look like that. So tired, even though it's 11 a.m. I am still super tired. But yeah. I do wish I could have used those like more corrugated pieces on the slope, because that's why I chose them initially. Because they kind of have that same corrugated thing as a lot of airplane hangars in real life do. But I eventually just settled for art pieces and leaving a gap there so you could still kind of see that. I think it works okay. But yeah. And so this part, as you can see, a large portion of the queue is elevated above the ground. So I wanted to make it realistic and have like a whole structure for all that. And so I just started off by making all the elevated sections covered in these white pieces so it's like not as messy. And it's more neat so it's just not like random curbs. Alright, finally I do finish all the smoothing. And you can see me spamming that smooth button. And that is the mod I was talking about. You just press it and it's basically automatic 4-meter smoothing. It is so sick. I love it. But yeah. Honestly, like, these new mods I've downloaded, pretty much all my problems with this game are gone now. Except for maybe staff, but that's just fucking staff. And it's not even a big deal. It's like only sometimes. At the end of the day, who gives a fuck about staff? Just like usually if you just pay them all $2,000 an hour, it's fine. That's what I do to keep it from quitting. Yet some of them are still like, oh, I don't like this job, I'm quitting. I'm like, you're getting paid and it always happens, like, when the park is closed and empty, like when I close the park because of lag, when I get to that point where it's too laggy with guests and I have to close it, I'm like, it's like, these people don't want to work. They're getting paid $2,000 an hour to just sit at an empty pizza place or something. And they're like, nah. Like, come on, that'd be so sick. Like, if you just bring, like, a freaking laptop and just play, like, Minecraft or something, or Planet Ghost, or play whatever, or watch YouTube, or watch a movie, or do whatever. Like, no one says you can't do that, bro. But then, like, when there's, like, a million guests and they're overworked, they're like, oh my god, this is the best day of my life, even if I'm only getting paid $1 an hour. Like, bro. These especially, it's really just the vendors, though. The vendors are so whack. Like, janitors and mechanics, like, they never quit. I've never had a janitor quit. I think I've had a mechanic quit once, now it's because I only had, like, one mechanic. Or something, I don't know. I don't even know. But it's so annoying, because even when you turn staff features off, they don't turn off. So that's pretty stupid, in my opinion. But yeah. That's all I have to say about staff. I still have to put, like, a bunch of shops in this area and, like, food places so people can eat. Because I only have one proper food place, actually, so far, and that is over by Flamethrower, and it's always so crowded. And I never realized it. But here now, I'm trying the struggle of making cubbies. So you can put your bag on the other side of the platform, and you can like have your phone in line and stuff. It took me a long time to figure this out. There weren't any Theme Maker's Toolkit cubbies. I had like bins, but I don't think they would really fit for this ride, you know. So I decided to make my own. And either way, I wanna make sure that I can at least wait. Yeah, I want to like kind of like only use Theme Maker's Toolkit items if I absolutely have to. And as much as I like the bins, I don't want to always use them. So yeah, these cubbies, I eventually went with the curb pieces to kind of make them cubbies. I saw someone on the Theme Maker's not Theme Maker's Toolkit, because there are no Theme Maker's Toolkit cubbies. In the custom items, I was just browsing to kind of like see what they looked like, what people's ideas were. And someone used the iron girder pieces and to kind of make like cubbies, and it looks really realistic, and that is just such a genius idea. And I might use that sometime. I don't know. I don't want to because it's like, it's not like my idea, and it's not like, I mean, I don't know, because it's basically just what someone else did, you know. And I don't really like using workshop items if they're not Theme Maker's Toolkit, because it's just kind of like stealing someone else's work, you know. And I know they made it and put it on there so we could use it, but I still don't like it because I'd rather do everything myself except for the things I physically can't. And if someone can make it in-game, then I can make it in-game, you know? Unless it's like Silverite, they can make anything in-game, like what the hell. But yeah, now on to making the sign, which this is like my favorite sign ever, probably, that I've made. The coaster, if you haven't realized, it's called Aviator, which I think is a cool name. And I spent like 5 minutes in total making this rest of the sign, and at least a half hour working on the R on the stream. Like, I spent so much time on stream last night trying to get this R to like look good and match with the rest of the letters. So fucking annoying, dude. I don't even know if I'm like 100% proud of it. But who cares? I made the rest of it. I'm like, I saw this trick where they use kind of the ends of the art pieces. Someone did. And then put like a black art piece behind it to make it look like it's just a custom sign. And I think it looks really sick. So I decided to try that. And I'm proud of, and I'm really happy with the results. I did kind of have to detail it. Detailing it was a little annoying, and it still looks a bit weird and out of place. Like, it's placed right next to that Immelman. Right now, like in the finished part, well, in the current save file of the park, it's like next to the Immelman. And I'll probably decorate it with some, like, rocks and stuff. And once I get the rest of the area fully finished, then I can kind of fool around with it more, because I don't want to make it look over-decorated, you know? So, I might disguise it, like, on the back of, like, a maintenance building, because that's right next to the second launch. And we're getting pretty close to the end. Like, as you can see, I'm still not even close to finish with this whole area. I'm, like, so dedicated. So I just want this area to be perfect, you know? But I'm also kind of tired of it. Like, I have some plans for the next roller coaster I want to make. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I want it to be an Intamin 10 inversion model. I might do a Gertzlauer Infinity coaster. I know I want it to be something that's really intense and focus, like, every element's inversion after inversion after inversion, you know? Like, I know this one has a lot of inversions, but its main focus is, like, being really fast-paced and intense, and like having a lot of fast transitions and low to the ground crazy maneuvers. I guess, which doesn't really make sense now that I think about it for a theme of flying if it's really close to the ground. But you're really fast and like whippy, so I guess it kind of makes sense. And yeah, there's 7 inversions. There's 7 inversions on a coaster that's not meant to be inversion focused, and I don't think it is. Like, the inversions, it doesn't really feel like an inversion coaster. It feels like a normal Blitz coaster. Or multi-launch roller coaster, just with a few, and it's mainly because there's one part where there's 3 inversions right in a row. It really just feels like one element. But yeah, we are, nearing the end of the time-lapse for the POV, so, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want, join my Discord, and follow my Twitch if you want to see my live streams. So yeah, peace out.